Okay, we are rolling. Well, it looks like breaking news of some kind. There was a suspect, or shall we say, an expectation, that Manny Pacquiao was either going to fight one or two guys, Adrian the Problem Broner or Andre Berto. Now, you can see the narrative, can't you? Had it been Andre Berto and Manny Pacquiao knocked Berto out, excuse me, the way they could sell the Floyd Mayweather rematch would be, see, Floyd went all 12 with Berto, but Manny knocked him out. So, there you go with that one. How did they build up the Mayweather rematch providing Manny Pacquiao gets past Adrian the Problem Broner? He's beat up little brother, so I'm going to get revenge for my little brother and make myself a lot of money while I'm doing it. I don't think Floyd Mayweather sees Adrian Broner as more of a brother these days than he sees Manny Pacquiao, to be honest with you, but that is how they will try and sell this situation, provided Manny Pacquiao wins this fight. And believe you me, Floyd Mayweather will not be fighting Manny Pacquiao for a regular WBA title. Keith Thurman has not fought for that long now. Manny Pacquiao, expect him to be elevated to super champion soon. I hope you're happy, Terence Crawford, because that's what's going to happen. Manny is going to be then a true champion in your eyes. On to the fight, anyway. What do I think? It's better than the Berto option. I've got to be honest with you. I still think now if Adrian Broner fought Andre Berto, he would beat Andre Berto. Adrian Broner has got a lot of flack. Sometimes he's brought it on himself, but he's a character. And he has achieved a lot in boxing. Don't forget, this is the youngest fighter in the history of the sport to win titles in 4 weight classes. Now, people say, well, look at the resume, blah, blah, blah. But if it was so easy, every fighter would pull it off, wouldn't they? But they don't. And Adrian Broner is one of the guys that has pulled it off. And if Manny Pacquiao beats Adrian Broner, that is another champion on Manny Pacquiao's resume that he's beaten. Adrian Broner is a better name than the guy that Terence Crawford beat the other night. He's better to have on your list, right? Adrian Broner is the sort of guy as well that will make Manny Pacquiao not focus so much on the Senate. Manny Pacquiao is at his best when he is angry and agitated by a boxer. When he's too calm and distracted, we know sometimes that he could take the eye off the ball. Adrian Broner, I see, in this press build-up before the fight in January, 12th or 19th, I think, will sort of irritate Manny Pacquiao. I don't think he'll get to Manny Pacquiao because that's difficult to do. Manny Pacquiao's seen it all now. But he'll irritate Manny enough that you will see Manny hitting the heavy bag and sparring well for this camp. And then Manny Pacquiao will be determined to make Adrian Broner's face look like a Halloween pumpkin come fight night. It's always good motivation to give Manny Pacquiao fire. If I was Adrian Broner, I'd be very respectful in this build up to a fight. Obviously, Al Heyman's not going to want it to be respectful because he wants to sell and make money for the fight. But Adrian Broner, is he smart enough to take a step back and respect Manny Pacquiao and not goof Manny Pacquiao, not trash talk him or anything like that, and sort of let water dilute Manny's fire a little bit? Because I noticed Manny's back went up in the Lucas Matisse press conference when Lucas Matisse's team started talking about good judges in the fight in Malaysia. Up to that, Manny Pacquiao looked as calm as anything. As soon as that comment was made, we hope we get good judges here. When you consider what happened to Manny Pacquiao in the Bradley and Jeff Horn fight, I saw a raise in Manny that night during that conference. As if to say, I'm the guy that's had problems with judges. What are you talking about? I'm going to sort you out. It's not going to go to the judges. And he proceeded to retire Lucas Matisse. Adrian the Problem Broner does not throw enough punches, in my opinion. I think Adrian Broner is not smart enough to sort of act courteous. I think he's going to do the same trash talking stuff he always does, fire Manny Pacquiao up, and he's going to start well, Adrian Broner. He's going to look competitive for 2 rounds. Then his volume will drop, and then Manny Pacquiao will have his say. The problem with Broner, even if he does let his hands go, his feet are a lot slower still than Manny Pacquiao. He's a more stationary fighter in terms of foot speed. He is a good counterpuncher. He's a good lead puncher. But if he does up the volume, Manny Pacquiao has the speed, the accuracy, and the counterpunching ability himself to snap Adrian Broner with shots and make him pay for having to up the volume. If Jesse Vargas, I know he has longer arms than Manny Pacquiao, was hitting Adrian Broner with such frequency and Manny Pacquiao made Jesse Vargas look ordinary, then Manny Pacquiao will land. Do I think Manny Pacquiao could stop Adrian Broner? Right now, I am thinking Manny Pacquiao decision because Adrian Broner, he sort of has a really short neck. You know, his shoulders and neck, kind of swallow each other. I've noticed those sort of guys have good chins. And Adrian Broner, to be fair, does have a good chin. It would not surprise me at all if Manny Pacquiao did drop Adrian Broner and bust him up. But as soon as the dark side of the fight turns up, i.e. Manny starts tagging him, Manny starts hitting him, Manny's foot speed is causing AB problems. The shoulder roll that works for Floyd Mayweather doesn't work for Adrian Broner. I think then Adrian Broner, as we've seen him before with Sean Porter and Marcus Maidana, will go into his shell. The difference is, when he did go in his shell in those fights, Sean Porter and Marcus Maidana, being different styles to Manny Pacquiao, didn't quite have the hand speed to hit him through and around the guard. Manny Pacquiao does. And neither of those guys were a southpaw. Manny Pacquiao is. It's a whole different lesson to learn for the problem Broner. Broner has got to try and get Manny on the inside and work his body to try and slow Manny's legs down. There's a problem when he does that. And it was the punch that was sensational against Lucas Matisse. Adrian Broner will face a rejuvenated punch from Manny Pacquiao, in my opinion, the uppercut. He used that to such good effect in the Matisse fight. No one's telling me that the look of Matisse being dropped like that is not playing on Adrian Broner's mind. Adrian Broner, they all have a plan until they get hit. Will Adrian Broner revert back to type? I don't think he can stagnate and do minimum work. At the bare minimum, against Manny Pacquiao, you will be outpointed and made to look like Joshua Clottey. A man who shells up and defends, but doesn't have particularly great foot speed and footwork compared with a Floyd Mayweather, is a sitting duck to lose on points, at least to Manny Pacquiao. You can't just defend against him if your feet are not supreme. Don't underestimate how Floyd Mayweather's footwork got him the victory v Pacquiao. That helped big time. I'm telling you, even more than Floyd Mayweather's hands in defense and where he was placing them, right? Adrian Broner does not have Floyd's foot speed. He's much more flat-footed. Manny knows where he is more. He'll be able to predict where he is more. What is the hope for Adrian the Problem Broner? If he tries Floyd Mayweather's routine on the ropes, he will look like food and drink on Christmas Day for Manny Pacquiao. What the hope he has is his youth, right? But his focus is an issue. But he has the youth. If Father Time catches up, maybe that is AB's chance. But I've seen enough in the Vargas, Bradley, Horn. You forget how big Jeff Horn is. Adrian Broner does not have that size to rough up Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao, when they grapple, may be actually in terms of strength, an issue also for the problem Broner. So he can't do what Jeff Horn did as such, because he's smaller. And his reflexes have to be on the button, because Manny's hand speed is generally on the button, right? If Manny is slightly slower, maybe AB has a chance. If Manny is not focused, maybe AB has a chance. But if he comes out like he did against Lucas Matisse, Adrian Broner, who I think has a lot more left than Lucas Matisse, but he would still lose. Because Manny on that night, he did put in a good performance. You know, it's one thing saying Lucas Matisse was this, that and the other, but you have to go in there and prove it. There were many people saying that Lucas Matisse, including some of Box Nation's telecasters that night were predicting Lucas Matisse would stop Manny Pacquiao in 8 rounds, that Manny would be on nervous jeopardy, just about tagging Lucas, but Lucas eventually would win. Steve Lillis predicted Lucas Matisse to win. Of course, we know the outcome. Adrian Broner shelling up. Manny Pacquiao is not afraid to hit arms and look good in front of the judges. Here's where Adrian Broner has to be careful. He has to engage and try to win. Throw punches. This is why, if it is a close fight, I'm expecting Pacquiao to get the decision. Al Heyman and that side of the road want the big money rematch fight. Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao 2 is still bigger than Floyd Mayweather v Adrian Broner. There's just more of a sizzle and story to it. Unless Adrian Broner can knock Manny Pacquiao out in 4 rounds, then he can sell it as, well, you went 12 rounds with this guy, Floyd, look what I did. That's the only way that fight would be huge. It would still be very big, but they want the Pacquiao rematch, because Pacquiao is still more global than Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner will help this promotion, though. But in doing so, he'll motivate Manny Pacquiao. And when he's motivated, he doesn't make many mistakes. That's the issue. So, am I glad this fight happened? Yes and no. It's better than Berto, though. And he was never going to be thrown in with Errol Spence and all of that stuff, Sean Porter. At the end of the day, Adrian Broner still does numbers, and that's what they're looking for at this stage. Again, Manny Pacquiao has ticked all the boxes for all the guys, the best guys of his era, and he's not promising anymore to fight Crawfords and all of that stuff. It is what it is. He's just, he's looking for the big fights now. And at the moment, Adrian Broner is still a bigger name than some guys that have even beat him. He's a bigger name probably than Marcus Maidana, and Maidana won. He's probably as big as Sean Porter at least. So, and let's not underestimate, he is easy to beat. But his timing's good. Pacquiao has to watch what Adrian Broner did late on when Sean Porter got complacent. Now, Sean Porter is a bigger guy than Manny Pacquiao. You can ill afford to be timed like that by a guy like Adrian Broner. So, Manny has to be on it. If he's on it, I only see Father Time letting Adrian Broner win. If Pacquiao's still anything like himself, he's going to be more of a problem for Adrian Broner than Maidana and Porter, because you know where Maidana and Porter are. Pacquiao will be moving round the ring like Spider-Man. He's harder to hit than people give him credit for. And then you don't know when to time him. Your feet have to be able to match his. Your defense has to be good enough to stop his offense. You have to be clever enough to deal with a southpaw stance. You inevitably have to have a chin. You have to avoid being hit with punches you don't see coming, because that's how Manny drops people. There is power there, but I think it's more the, suddenness of the shot that they can't see. And he manages to hit the guy in such speed and be able to sit down on the shot at the same time and then be out of range, just in case you're still on your feet. But that's how Manny catches people. Does Adrian Broner have the reflexes? Does he have this? Despite the bravado, he has to not fear this fight. It's easier said than done. When Manny Pacquiao starts to get ahead of steam, even fighters with, egos less fragile than Adrian Broner have started to break down. Will Adrian Broner be thinking, oh no, here we go again. Only this time I'm in with a guy who is so much quicker. Am I best shelling up and hoping I get through this? Manny went to the body also against Lucas Matisse. Expect that. And of course, he used the right hand. Almost flying in with a power jab, whack, and then back out again. And when you come, he was hitting you. Or he was hitting Lucas Matisse with that right hand. And Lucas Matisse didn't know what punch Manny was going to use next, because there was variation there. It wasn't just a left-handed fight. There was the jab with the right hand. There was the hook, the short hook that he throws to real good effect. Antonio Margarito found that out. There was the straight left hand, but also with the straight left hand, there was the uppercut. And with these styles of punches and punch selection, Lucas Matisse was a sitting duck. And Lucas Matisse, like the problem Broner, only he's more aggressive. His feet are not like Manny's. The footwork of Adrian Broner is key. If it's like I've always seen it, I think Manny won't have problems hitting something on Adrian Broner and getting through even with grazing shots. But when you look at active, that's attractive to the judges, and they will give Pacquiao the round, especially with a mega fight round the corner. So, yeah, Broner, he has a chance because of youth, but I'm taking Pacquiao at the moment in this fight. Am I more confident than I was in the Lucas Matisse fight? About the same, just in a different way. I think Adrian Broner has the strength to get through the fight, but he's going to have issues. This could be a 10-2 fight. It could be. I see Adrian Broner coming out and doing okay. Maybe having an even round or two. But then Manny shocks him with something, throws a combination, hits him with a shot he wasn't expecting, and then the shell comes up. Don't forget, Pacquiao is a very good boxer. And we've seen sort of what Mikey Garcia did with Adrian Broner. I think Pacquiao can do some of that stuff. Only the difference is, it's going to hurt a lot more being hit by Manny Pacquiao because he's a bigger man than Mikey Garcia right now. He fights at welterweight. And Adrian Broner has struggled a little bit at welterweight. Manny's found his feet there and won titles there. And as we've seen, Lucas Matisse is a slightly smaller man than Jesse Vargas and Jeff Horn. Manny's punches had more effect on a smaller guy. Broner is a smaller guy. Again, Pacquiao is starting now to fight men who maybe still are slightly bigger than him, but bigger than he's been used to facing. And I can see the same punching power that bothered Ricky Hatton and Lucas Matisse coming back again. So, yeah, it's a good fight. It'll be interesting. It'll sell well. And, we will get the mega fight, I think. This is Champions of Champions Boxing Talk. I'm out.